Hi guys. So it has been a few days since I have posted a video. Um, I'm kind of getting to where I think I'm going to take a break on the weekends just so I can spend it with my family. But I have a couple of things that I want to talk about. So here it goes. This video is going to just be about I guess just kind of giving people the benefit of the doubt and forgiveness. So, back in high school, I wasn't the greatest person. No one really is when you think about it, though. You know, I was going through puberty, I had all these hormones. Everything seemed like the end of the world to me. I was impulsive, I was irrational, I was a bully to like some of my friends. I did and I said things that were just like I would never do and say today. And, but that's like normal. Everyone was like that. Um, so, flash forward to like the present. I have grown up a lot since high school. I'm still the same, like, I still have kind of like the same sense of humor, and I'm still pretty laid back and really blunt, and just like, I would like to think that I'm a good friend and I'm a good person and I'm fun and stuff like that. I'm actually more outgoing than I was back then, but it's almost as if people that I knew in high school, that I was friends with specifically, still to this day hold grudges on me over over the person that I was back then. There are a few people that I was really, really close friends with throughout high school, whether it was freshman year, sophomore, junior, or senior. I had different best friends every year. Being a female, it's kind of like you have falling outs with your best friend. It's pretty normal. And then a lot of the times you just never come back together. You find a new best friend because women are catty and women like drama and women can be rude. So, I preferred to kind of hang out with dudes, and I had a bunch of dude friends and everything like that. But so frustrating to me when I like reach out to people I used to be really good friends with, and I mean like best friends with. Like, we were inseparable for a while. Like, we were always at each other's houses. We would sleep over, and you know exactly who you are. I'm not talking about one single person. I am talking about multiple people in this video. But I see memories on my Facebook. Like, how on this day 12 years ago or whatever, memories will pop up on my Facebook, or I'll see because I keep every picture. I have like flash drives full of pictures that me and my friends would take back in the day. And I like reminisce, and I'm like, oh man, I wonder how that person's doing. It's been so long. And, it takes two people to have a falling out. Like, I don't care what you say. You can say, oh, it's all her fault. But no, it's not. Like, be grown up about it and kind of step back and realize that, like, you also played a part in our falling out as well. But anyways, I give the people a benefit of the doubt. I'm like, you know what? Like, even though they were kind of mean to me and they did this to me and they did me wrong and they whatever, and she said this about just whatever happened, I always try and put it behind me. And I'm like, I try and reach out. I'm like, hey, it's been a really long time. I just wanted to, see how you were doing. I really miss hanging out with you. We had a lot of fun. Remember that one time we did this, and like bring up memories and stuff like that, or show pictures. And they leave me on red, or they just don't respond. Well, obviously that's leaving someone on red, but they just ignore it. They don't even acknowledge it. And I'm just sitting here and I'm like, I don't understand. Like, did I do something so terribly bad when I was 16, 17, 18 years old that you can't see past it. You can't forgive me for it. You can't think, oh, you know what? We were both pretty stupid. We were in high school. You won't sit back and look at the circumstances and think, that was a time in our lives when we were really irrational and impulsive and like just childish and, I wasn't the best person either. Hey, how are you doing? I'm doing good. Like, I would love to catch up with you sometime. But no, I I was really good friends with this one person that we kind of had like a falling out. We were like best friends, like I think it was junior year, best friends. And we did everything together. And throughout the course of our friendship, we started to kind of drift apart because that person started to kind of treat me like crap, would always tell me that I'm like unattractive and that I have the figure of a 12-year-old boy because, let's face it, I was pretty skinny. I didn't have any hips. I didn't have any boobs. I didn't have a butt. But they would tell me, Forrest, my husband, will never want you because you look like a boy. Or, okay, well, I'm married to him, so, whatever. But they would just like talk down on me all the time, and then they would say, oh, that was just a joke. And it's like, okay, it's one thing if you say it every now and again, I can laugh about it. But when you start to bring it up every single day and you tell me things like that every day, I'm going to start to believe it, and I'm going to start getting my feelings hurt. And a best friend doesn't do that. A best friend is someone who is supposed to lift you up and make you feel good about yourself and be supportive of you. Well, this person, we basically just parted ways because she found someone else to be friends with, and I kind of moved on and found someone else to be friends with. And to be honest with you, like, I really don't know the exact point in time to where we just stopped being friends, but we were both responsible for that. She said things that were horrible. I said things that were horrible. We were both stupid. But the thing is after high school, like shortly after high school, like, I tried to connect with her again, and we still had each other on social media, like Facebook and Instagram and everything like that. Tried to connect with her again, and because I'm very quick to forgive, and I don't know if maybe that's just like a character flaw that I have, or if that's just, if I shouldn't be doing that or what, but like, I forgive people pretty quickly because really there's not anything that you can do that can make me hate you. It takes a lot for me to hate a person. If you kill someone in my family, or you just like, there are certain people I choose not to associate with because of the person they are now, not because of the person they were back then, especially if I was friends with them. Okay? So anyways, I tried to connect with them a few times, and every time it was just they would say something shitty back, and or they would like comment on some of my posts and just say some sort of like condescending, like rude thing, and like trying to like just tell me off or whatever, or tell me I'm wrong, or like whatever. And I know you're probably thinking, just get rid of these people. Don't have them on your social media. Well, I don't really like deleting people off of my social media. I just really don't, like I said, I forgive people pretty easily, like whatever. Well, I want to say about last year, I reached out to this person again, and I was like, hey, I saw some old pictures of us, and I just, I want to see how you're doing. I'm not the same person I was back then. I don't really even know why we parted ways, but I hope whatever it was, like, you can forgive me for it. Like, we can move on. We're not the same people we were. Like, I would hope to one day catch up with you, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, but if you don't mind me asking, why do you hate me so much? And this person, might I add, keeps me on social media, And she read it and didn't respond. Just like ignored it. And I know that shouldn't hurt my feelings. It didn't hurt my feelings. It was just kind of like, wow, dude. Wow. You're going to keep me on social media. You hate me so much, or you pretend to hate me so much that you won't respond to me. I must have done something so terrible when I was 17 years old that you can't forgive me for it. And yet you keep me on social media so you can keep tabs on my life. Because that's all you're doing. You're keeping tabs on my life. You know, if you really hated me that much and you really didn't like me that much, you would have deleted me already. You would have blocked me. But it's these people, they just love to just meddle in people's lives, and they just love to see where you're at in life, and they want to act like they don't like you, and they're haters. They love to hate you. But to be honest with you, if they really hated me, they wouldn't have me on social media. They wouldn't. If I'm not friends with a single person on my social media accounts that I hate. Like I said, it takes a lot for me to hate someone. If I don't like you and I don't want to associate with you, I'm not going to accept your friend request. You're not going to be on my social media accounts. And I go through my friends list pretty frequently. So that's just a little bit irritating, like get over yourself. You're clearly not grown up because you're holding things against me that I did or said when I was a child. And it's just like, it blows my mind because the people that you were once friends with, that now they like don't acknowledge anything. Like I'll comment on a post of theirs, or I'll send them a message, or I'll send them whatever, and they just don't respond. They don't acknowledge it or anything like that because they think they're too good to talk to you. They're too good to respond back to you. Like, you aren't too good for me because you were once friends with me. So what does that say about you? So it's just frustrating. Like, I see all you guys on my Facebook following my every move, like looking at my life, but yet you want to hate me for something, for the person I was when I was like, grow up. I don't know if these people just, like, it takes a lot of energy that I just don't have to dislike and hate someone for that long. I'm starting to think that, like, maybe I'm the problem. Maybe it's more normal for people to hate someone until that person gives them a reason not to, than it is to like everyone until that person gives you a reason not to like them. And that's how I am. I like every person I meet until that person gives me a reason not to associate with them, not to like them. But everyone else, like, I don't even do anything to half these people. Like, there are people that I'm related to that will not associate with me because of their parents. Because of things that happened between our parents when we were like 4 and 5 years old. I had nothing to do with any of that. I was 4 and 5 years old. You could at least respond to me. I am your family. I did not do anything to you. And then one of my cousins just like hasn't talked to me since like 2007 or 2008. And I don't even know why. It's been so long. I have apologized probably over 20 times since 2007 and tried to reach out to this person, but they just refuse to accept my apology. They don't want to associate with me. And I don't, honestly, like, they can't even, when they've been asked before, why don't you reach out to her? Why don't you like her? They can't even give an answer. They've forgotten why they're mad at me. They've forgotten why they hate me. So I'm beginning to think that, like, is it normal in society these days for people to just, like, treat everyone like crap unless they're your close friends? Like, I don't know. It's just really bizarre. Like, it's really bizarre how you can be really close with someone for so long, and then you have one argument and you don't talk to them for the rest of your life. So it's just like, it's frustrating because I am so sick of like reaching out to people. And it's not that I'm like thirsty for friends. You know, if you know me, I'm the type of person that I would rather have 1 or 2 best friends instead of 1,000 acquaintances. And honestly, I would rather have 0 friends than try and make new friends. It's just so hard for me to make friends because like I'm pretty shy until you get to know me, and so like people don't really give me the chance. But there are people that I was like very, very close with, like close friends with, like best friends. And I've reached out to them so many times to just be like, even apologize. Like, I'm sorry, I know that I did this wrong and blah, blah, blah. I hope you can forgive me, you know, remember that time we did this. It was so much fun, and like nothing. And it makes me realize, like, obviously our friendship wasn't that much if they're going to treat me like this for the rest of my life, for all I know. So it's just a thought. This is just a rant video. I see all of you, and it doesn't hurt my feelings that you're not responding to me. Actually, in fact, it makes me realize that, like, you know what? I am the bigger person because I apologized to you guys. I'm not the one that has to take this resentment to my grave. I'm not the one that's going to be laying 7 feet down with these enemies just piled on top of my shoulders. I'm not going to be the one that's going to die being like, oh, I really hate what she did to me in high school. Or I really hate that she led me on because like blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, I've gotten past all of that. I forgive people. Now that doesn't mean you can walk all over me and I'm just going to get over it, because I am an adult now. And if you do something to me that's bad enough to where I just won't associate with you. Not a big deal. We just don't mesh. We're not meant to be friends, whatever. But like, get over it. Get over it. You're an adult. It's been how many years? It's been X amount of years. And you're still angry about something I said when I was 17 years old. So, I know that a lot of you can probably relate to this, but I just feel like maybe it can open your eyes a little bit for any of those people that I have talked about personally in this video that are watching. Like, I hope you realize that the only person you're hurting in the end is yourself. I'm not asking to be best friends with any of you guys ever again. I'm just asking for some sort of mutual, like, not necessarily even like friendship, but just like some sort of be like cordial with one another. Like, I want to be able to send you like, hey, remember this one time when we did this to this, you know, we did this, or when we said this, and remember when the teacher did this, and you respond and we talk about it for a couple of hours and laugh. I want to be able to share memories and like reflect on things that I was once friends with, because even though high school was like, now you look back and you're like, high school really wasn't all that, like it didn't matter that much. Every person in your life makes a difference. Every person gets a part of you. Every person you associate with, every person you're friends with gets a part of you, gets a version of you. And to be honest with you, you deserve closure with all of that. Every person that I have ever been friends with, even people that I have at one point not liked, I've resented, whatever, I always am the one to turn around and apologize and be like, hey, look, you know, I'm sorry for what I did in high school. I'm sorry that I went after your boyfriend, and I'm sorry that this happened. You know, we're adults, I hope. And there have been a few people, well, most of the people are like, you know what, girl, like, it was a long time ago, like, and they're cool with me. But then, again, there are a few of you guys that are just like, Amanda Scholl, like, you know, remember when she did this? She's such a bad person. It's like, you're still stuck in high school. And I just want you guys to realize that, like, you're still important to me. You're still important to me because you had a piece of me. You were a part of my life at one point. You have memories with me. I have pictures with you. Like, you shared experiences with me that I never want to forget. So, I just want to let all you guys know that even if you don't like me, I still like you, and I still respect you, and I still would love, like, to catch up and just shoot the shit. So you can message me, you can, respond back to me for a change. Or just don't, because to be honest with you, I deserve better.